Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Being a Swiss citizen is a rather odd thing. There's things you can do that the rest of the world generally don't. For example, keeping a firearm in the house is obligatory. And smoking in pubs is still incredibly common. And if you're the sort that wants to hoard Nazi gold, they don't mind at all. Nobody blinks. However, you put your central heating above 19 degrees. Oh boy, you're going to jail. Let's have a look at this article. Right, before we get into it, I will say that the level of written English in this piece is absolutely awful. But we'll start here. Switzerland considers jailing anyone who heats rooms above 19C for up to 3 years if the country is forced to ration gas due to Ukraine war. Now, I presume they mean that you can be jailed up to 3 years, not that you'll be going to jail if you heat a room to 19 degrees C for 3 years. It seems obvious, but the way it's written, it's illiterate. Anyway, the country could also give fines of up to 3,000 Swiss francs, just over £2,500. In gas-heated buildings, water cannot be heated to more than 60 degrees C, so not killing too many bacteria and thus increasing the likelihood of infection. Radiant heaters would be banned, and saunas and swimming pools would have to be cold. Now, a cold sauna is a shed. It's likely that the proposed measures will be subjected to challenges and disputes. Well, no shit, Sherlock, and I can see at least one straight off the bat. Anyway, coming down, speaking to Blick, Marcus Sporndley, who is the spokesman for the Federal Department of Finance, explained that the rate of fines on a daily basis could start at 30 Swiss francs. He added that the maximum fine could be up to 3,000 Swiss francs. And companies who deliberately go over their gas quotas could face punishment. Additionally, according to the potential measures, temperatures in gas-heated buildings can be no more than 19 degrees C and water heated up to 60, as I've said above. Now, I want to know, how the hell are they going to police this? Are they going to have a policeman turn up at my door, assuming I was a Swiss citizen? Would they have a policeman turn up at my door with a thermometer? Because if he did, I can tell you where I'd shove it. They wouldn't have any right of access. It's unpoliceable. It's completely unpoliceable. And also, is this a state of affairs that you go, oh, if you put your room at 20 degrees, you're going to do 3 years in prison? I mean, haven't they got other fish to fry? Haven't they got more serious crime in Switzerland? No. The most serious crime in Switzerland that gets you 3 years is the crime of staying warm. Now, I know Switzerland, very warm in the summer, but my God, is it cold in the winter. Minus 20. And you can do that on any scale you like. It is freezing cold. People need rooms to be warmer than 19 degrees. The measures are stated in the Federal Law on National Economic Supply, referred to by the Federal Department of Economic Affairs in an official document. It has been predicted that the proposed new measures could cause challenges and disputes, leaving courts busy and the government dealing with a new grey area, according to the report. Now, I said that there was a potential case, and that is up here at the top, and if we whiz back up, it says here, if the country is forced to ration gas due to the Ukraine war. Well, first of all, you'd have to prove, and they would have to prove, that the rationing of gas was due to the Ukraine war, and not due to Germany's mad, incomprehensibly insane energy policy, where they basically give up all their internal, self-determinism on energy. They've closed all their mines. They were about to close all their nuclear stations, but more on that later. I'll be doing another video on that. In order to build gas-powered power stations, in order to generate electric power. This is going to be a massive failure. Germany is basically going to be needing all the gas that comes in to Germany. Now, Switzerland, it has lots of electricity. It's got all that hydroelectric power that it generates through its lakes and rivers and things. So electricity generation is possible in Switzerland, but they have zero gas. They've got no gas reserves of their own, and every bit of gas that comes into Switzerland comes via Germany. So if it's not coming from Germany and into Switzerland, it's not as a result of the war. The reason it's not going into Germany may be the war, but the reason it's not going into Switzerland is German energy policy, because the Germans will be keeping that gas for themselves. So straight away, there is a massive door to jump through to get out of jail free on that one. So, you know, you've got that. And this is the trouble. This is parliamentarians, this is politicians, and we all know they are thick. We all know politicians are morons, and they've jumped on this. Oh, the Ukraine war is their hill to die on this one. But in actual fact, this is nothing to do. If Switzerland goes out of gas, nothing to do with the Ukraine war. Everything to do with German energy policy. And they'll walk through that door and they're done. But the madness and the awfulness of another fascist government attempting to tell people what they can and can't do in their own homes, and then threatening to jail them. Now, if you imagine some old person, now old people, very frail, they need the heating up higher, they cannot maintain their own body temperature, the ambient temperature at 19 degrees will make them feel exceedingly cold, they need a higher ambient temperature in a room. Are you going to say, oh, poor old Heinrich down the block, freezing to death. He's 93, but they've put him in jail for 3 years because he dared put his thermostat up to 22. It's ridiculous, and they will have riots on their hands. And the Swiss aren't very good at riots. Swiss policy has always been to keep people out, keep the trouble out of the country. They've never had trouble in the country. 400 years of peace and brotherly love, and all they can show for it is the cuckoo clock. And I quote Orson Welles on that one. But this is it. Switzerland could be in deep trouble if it starts enforcing this and fining people €3,000 Swiss francs just for putting the heating on. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. That really isn't going to happen. And they will have, the peasants will be in the street with pitchforks and torches, and they will cast these people out. Now, we always know about the gnomes of Zurich. Well, we've got a load of gnomes in Zurich at the moment, haven't we? Switzerland, you're stupid, and you're about to find out what reality is if you start doing that to people. Anyway, I shall round up and come up. To be fair, it couldn't happen to a nicer bunch. The Swiss are up themselves a bit. But they will riot. They will be on the streets because politicians have no idea what's about to hit them. And they think bullying and fining and jailing people is the answer, because that's all politicians have got. So good luck, Switzerland. I hope you pull through. And I hope you, let's say, change your government for someone better representing you. Anyway, leave it there. If you like what you hear and see on the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notification of future output. Leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video, and until next time, stay safe, stay well, keep yourself warm, and goodbye.